We've got an update to get to on the doomsday clock. It should be bigger news than it is. But before we do that, some more important news on Giannis Antetokounmpo. What a bull report here by Brian Windhorst, where he says he's leaning 51-49 that Antetokounmpo will not be traded this week. He says the Bucks are in a better position to trade this summer than they are now. The offers will be better. But the leaning 51-49, that seems a little bit flimsy. Also, Barry Jackson is saying that the Heat's offer, according to a source, is widely expected to include Khalil Ware, Tyler Hero, Terry Rozier's expiring contract, another young player, and more, as well as first-round picks in 2030 and 2032, and possibly first-round pick swaps in 26, 29, and 31. Looking forward to what Amin has to say, whether he thinks that is the best offer that's going to be available for Giannis Antetokounmpo or not. So what do you think there before we get to the less important news of the doomsday clock being moved up a few seconds?
Yeah, I think it's a strong offer for sure when you think about what the other teams involved have to offer. I think Golden State, they come in with Kuminga and perhaps Jimmy Butler, although we've heard them walk back that part as well. But it really comes down to, if you're Milwaukee, what do you value? Do you value the picks? Do you value young players who have already been in this league and have shown an ability to play? Do you value the ability to clean up my books some? I heard you guys talk earlier about Miles Turner could usher or shepherd in Khalil Ware and teach him about the league. If I'm the Bucks, the whole reason I got Miles Turner was to appease Giannis, to let him know, hey, we're doing everything we can. Once Giannis is out the door, why am I paying $100 million for Miles Turner? You got to take him too. If I'm them, I'm trying to dump salary as a part of this. And so if you can combine salaries enough to help them out, clean their books, in addition to give them young players, in addition to giving them picks, I think that's the best package that Milwaukee can hope for.
I mean, I thought Jeremy made a good point earlier with the Warriors apparently walking back the Jimmy Butler contract part. Is that, does that mean, if we're reading between the lines, that the Bucks said, no, we're not interested in that, and Golden State wants to make sure they don't sour the relationship with Jimmy moving further?
We're in the liar zone right now. People are saying anything, and none of it should we deem it to be true, especially this team feels this. They are openly lying at all times because they're positioning themselves, they're posturing, and maybe they're trying to CYA on the back end as well. The reality is, again, if I'm Golden State, the strongest offer I can make is not just, here's Jonathan Kuminga. We think he's pretty good, just not for us. The strongest offer is, what's your bad contracts? What salaries are you trying to shed? How can we fix your books? Because this guy right here, he won't play until January, or maybe even February of next year at best. But I'll tell you what he's going to be, an expiring contract worth $50 million a year from now. That gives you some flexibility and leeway to do some other things down the line.
Going to get to Amin's weekend observation.
It's okay. We're all right.
Going to get to Amin's weekend observations in a second.
No one noticed, I swear to God.
But what did you make of the Paul George suspension?
Well, I'm going to address it a little bit in the weekend observations, but the thing that was most shocking to me, Dan, was they never told us what the substance is. I've never seen that. I've seen guys get suspended for diuretics, for stimulants, for all types of different PEDs. I've never heard the league say, yeah, I got suspended for something. The only reason we know that it's because it's something he took for mental health purposes, as he claims, is because Paul George was the one that told us. So I am very curious as to why the league is deemed that this is one where we're not going to be 100% transparent on what he tested positive for.
What are your thoughts?
My thought, it happens. I had this conversation with Henry Abbott years and years ago, because I used to say that I don't think basketball players do PEDs. It just doesn't help or whatever. And Henry Abbott looked at me and said, Amin, every single sport on the face of the earth has performance-enhancing scandals. You think basketball is just this charm sport that doesn't? They're above it. But track and field and swimming and and football and baseball and rugby, all the other ones do it. But this one sport is the one safe haven for it. Doesn't make sense. So from that perspective, yeah, I feel like it has to happen. But, for whatever reason, we don't have that many positive tests. But when you have a positive test, it's pretty obvious the guy did it.
I asked you a bad question because I'm still reeling from calling the weekend observation Stugotz. Is the way that I meant to ask you that question is, what would be your theory on why the NBA wouldn't tell us what the drug is or what the suspension is for? Like you say, you've never seen that. I've also never seen the excuse of mental health medication.
Well, let me talk about the excuse first. It's play. What did Mina say? Virtue signaling? That's definitely some virtue signaling right there. The idea that, like, hey, what's one way I can cop to this and no one will point a finger at me? They'll all be very simple. Oh, the poor guy. I'll blame it on mental health. I'll remind you, Paul George was the guy that during the bubble played awful and said, yeah, I've been having mental health problems. And then he had a good game. He's like, my mental health problems are done. They're cured. I'm like, that's not how that works. It's not like, oh, I had a bad day at work. Must be my mental health. Good day at work. Oh, guess what? It's all cured. That's not how it works at all. So whether he does or doesn't is kind of irrelevant. At the end of the day, the thing that everybody on the show said is, correctly, is it's not like you and me. I went to the doctor and he prescribed me this. What? It's like, no, you don't do that as a professional athlete. There's no doctor that you see outside of the team construct. Anytime you're about to take any medication that is prescribed to you, it goes through the team. The trainers, everyone has to check for it, not because of an invasion of privacy, but because of this very situation right here.
Again, though, a theory on why the NBA wouldn't give us
I don't
details.
know.
Okay.
I'm like Brian Windhurst with the 51-49. He gave that answer because he doesn't know. We don't know. But like you guys are, no, you have to know. You got to know.
No, I don't know is a good
answer.
answer. But when faced with unprecedented things, I generally want theories that people have who are more informed than I am about why it is that you're seeing something. You're a veteran of this league. You're seeing something you haven't seen before.
I don't know. And it hasn't even been talked about that they like. That's always a weird thing to me. It's one thing that they didn't say it. It's another thing when I read report after report from ESPN, The Athletic. Everybody obviously wrote about it, and no one said. Curiously enough, they never mentioned what it was. That's the part that's weird to me. It's not that they didn't say it. It's that no one's asking why it wasn't said.
Tony, how much has the doomsday clock been moved by these doomsday scientists?
Yeah, Dan, I'm going to read you a little blurb, and then I'm going to toss to a sound that I thought was very impactful. So on January 27, 2026, the doomsday clock was set at 85 seconds to midnight, the closest the clock has ever been to midnight in its history. So according to the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists Science and Security Board, which sets the clock, called for urgent action to limit nuclear arsenals, create international guidelines on the use of AI, and form multilateral agreements to address global biological threats. So with all that as the framework, here's the video for them turning the clock to 85 seconds to midnight.
It is now 85 seconds to midnight. This is the closest the world has ever been to midnight.
Look at me, Louie.
It's the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Look at me, Louie.
Again,
Look at me, Louie.
The Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists. I have one message for you. It's the bull.
What?
It's the bull, man, because we're never going to get to zero. We're never going to get to midnight. It's always going to be, we're just there. We're right there. Why? Because the funding will stop if we do.
You think this is a funding
It's the bull. Of course,
okay.
man. What? Dan, everything is a funding concoction. Have you not realized that?
Put it on the poll
Welcome
at
to America,
LeBatard
Jack.
Show.
Thank you, Amin.
Is everything a funding concoction? Have you not realized that? Yes,
It's America, Jack.
Yes or no? It's America. It's America, Jack. What do you think of Tony's contention earlier in the show that no good movies are being made now?
Oh, my God.
No, I actually had this conversation, believe it or not, last night. I was talking about, I've been starting to bone up on the Oscar nominees. So I watched one battle after another that everyone kissed its ass. It's amazing movie. Paul Thomas Anderson, he's a genius. And I watched it. It's not a bad movie. It's a good movie. But, like, it's not this, oh, my God, how could, no way. Dude. As I said to my friends last night, I said, put it up against Pulp Fiction that did not win Best Picture. No, it's not even close. Like, Pulp Fiction's a million times better as a movie, and that's like one of our losers. And this one is like one of the lead contenders to win Best Picture. Come on, man. These movies are okay at best. Although I will say, Dan, I enjoyed the Glenn Powell Running Man. I was pleasantly surprised. I'm like, not bad. Again, not a great movie.
What?
Not a great movie, but it was all right. It was entertaining.
Like, I mean, how you felt about one battle after another is exactly how I felt about Sinners. Sinners is a good movie, but I was expecting in Sinners, it was going to change my life when I sat down and watched it.
That's my point.
It's a good movie.
That's my point, though. My point is there's no movies that we're going to look back in 50 years and be like, wow, this is the most incredible movie of all time. Like, we don't have that. The Godfather's 55 years old, and we say it's the best movie of all time.
Yeah, no, it's tough. Now, I will say this year, I don't know if it was nominated or not. Mike mentioned Sing Song Blue. That's a great movie, dude, because it went one way and then it made a left turn that reminded me of From Dusk Till Dawn.
Really?
Like, this
It's
is a
like
fun movie
that?
about- it's not like the same content matter, but just the idea of like you're watching From Dusk Till Dawn, and it's like, oh, they're doing a heist, they're trying to get across the border, like oh, I know what this movie is about, okay, and then they end up at the strip club, and all of a sudden the vampire spoiler come out, and like, oh my God, what? I didn't see this coming at all. That's what Sing Song Blue was
You
like.
sold
It's
me.
like,
I'm going to see it now.
Oh, you'll love.
I'm going to see it now.
Wait till Zaz finds out that the twist is that Eddie Vedder's in it.
Get the hell out of here.
There's a guy that I swear to. Hey, I'm Eddie Vedder. There's a guy that plays Eddie Vedder.
I'm going to watch it now because I had no interest in that
There's
movie.
a guy that plays Eddie Vedder in it poorly.
Yeah.
Before we
I
get
thought it was him.
to your weekend observations, I want to play for you a couple of different sounds. Zaz, do you have any opinions on the sound we're about to play of LeBron James saying basically that he did not think about the All-Star game in any way?
Oh, my God. Yes, I have opinions about it. Yes.
Did you think that this All-Star streak was in jeopardy?
I'm gonna be honest, I really didn't think about it. To be honest, it wasn't a goal of mine to come into the season, miss the first 14 games, and say, okay, I need to be an All-Star. I just wanted to get back to playing the game at a high level I knew I was capable of once I kind of worked the rust off of missing preseason, training camp, my summer workouts, which I've never done in my whole career. So I didn't think about the All-Star game, to be honest.
Does everything have to be a lie? Like, does everything that he gives an opinion on or is asked about have to be just a blatant lie? I mean, over a week ago, 2 weeks ago, the All-Star starters were announced, and for the first time in his career, he's not going to be an All-Star starter. And he's going to say, and he prefaced it with, honestly.
No, he said 3 times. Let me hear how many times he said to be honest or honestly. It reminds me of every time Stugotz uses quite frankly.
Did you think that this All-Star streak was in jeopardy?
I'm gonna be honest, I really didn't think about it. To be honest, it wasn't a goal of mine to come into the season, miss the first 14 games, and say, okay, I need to be an All-Star. I just wanted to get back to playing the game at a high level I knew I was capable of once I kind of worked the rust off of missing preseason, training camp, my summer workouts, which I've never done in my whole career. So I didn't think about the All-Star game, to be honest.
Does everything have to be a lie?
Well, when you say to be honest 3 times, you really
Are you
aren't
being honest?
using very good camouflage. What are your thoughts there, Amin?
Look, can I present a different hypothesis? Maybe he's saying to be Giannis. He's answering it as Giannis Antetokounmpo, not as LeBron James.
Third eye.
That's right.
All right, probably go to the observations. It's a means.
Third lie. Not third eye. Third lie.
Amin.
I'm not going to the observations yet. I want to get to this Reggie Miller sound before I get to the observations that are very much Amin's. Let's listen to.
Cool, and then yell at everybody when we run out of time. This is the move.
Wait a minute. Wait, see the voice.
Don't react to me.
No, I have to react to you when you're not being me anymore. It's
Don't
just you.
react to
No,
me.
it's just
No,
you.
I am
It's
being
you as
you.
my inner
These
monologue.
are the
No, you
seeds
gotta
of
be even. You
resentment.
stay in character as me if you don't want me to react to it. Don't
You
just
get mad at the clock.
Running out of
This is-
time, Dan.
We're not running out of time.
Amin's
We
observation.
are not. We'll get to him in a second. Give me the sound of Reggie Miller talking about Caitlin Clark, please.
I know you guys have seen Caitlin play. She's a one of ones, but is there like a comparison of someone either you played with or you guys watching the game right now that reminds you of the young lady to your right?
I like Peyton Pritchard from Boston, the way he's able to handle the basketball. He makes big shots when the shot clock's running down, a lot like this young lady right here. Isn't afraid of the big moment and is a champion like she's soon to be.
Is he crazy? Is Reggie Miller a crazy person? Like, the NBA has been trying to prop up the WNBA forever. She's the most popular player ever, maybe.
She's insulted by that.
Look at her face.
Well,
Look
yeah,
at
hey,
Reggie.
you should watch her. The most popular player in the league is just like a guy who comes off Boston's bench.
Play the video again, but zoom in on just her face and watch the light in her face go from, all right, they're going to do some, is it going to be Steph Curry or are they going to say Kevin Durant? I wonder who they're going to compare me to. And he says Peyton Pritchard, and watch her face change.
I know you guys have seen Caitlin play. She's a one-of-ones, but is there like a comparison of someone either you played with or you guys watching the game right now that reminds you of the young lady to your right?
I like Peyton Pritchard from Boston, the way he's able to handle the basketball. He makes big shots when the shot clock's running down.
Her face is so good there. I think Peyton Pritchard is actually starting for them now. I don't think he's coming off the bench. But
He's been very good for them, too, by the way.
He's an excellent.
By the way, Carmelo was then asked about it, and he said Luka Doncic. So somewhere in between.
Your thoughts there, Amin? Any thoughts?
I love it. I just love to see the light disappear from someone's eye as everything they were hyped for comes crashing down in this moment. And shout out to her. She kept her composure. I don't know if I would. I was like, really? I would have hit him with that. But she kept her composure. She sat there and like just kind of took it like a champ.
It is time for
Amin
to share his game notes. No one in the media will tell you what happened better than my boy.
Amin.
Weekend Observations is brought to you by Miller Lite. Legendary moments start with a light. Or a lie this week. Dan, there's 3 types of people in this world. Super Bowl week people and trade deadline week people. And I'm a trade deadline kind of guy. The Cleveland Cavaliers, good to know that everyone was paying attention. The Cleveland Cavaliers complete the blockbuster acquisition. I said 3 types of people in this world. I named 2, but nobody even flinched.
I'm looking.
Okay.
I'm holding 3 fingers up, asking, and Chris Cody's looking at me like, "What are you doing,
I'm
Dan?"
trying to lay out. It's his observations. I mean,
I'm holding up 3 fingers. I'm like, "Where's the third observation?"
I was looking at Peyton Pritchard's stats, 17 points a game, stats.
He's killing. He's killing.
That's
Let
the
me do that
best
one
player
again.
in the that's the face of the WNBA.
He's comparing her game. Her game.
It's
They're not talking
embarrassing.
about
It's embarrassing.
stature. There's 3 types of people in this world. Super Bowl week people, trade deadline week people, and I'm a trade deadline kind of guy.
The third.
Oh, people in the Epstein files. The Cleveland Cavaliers complete the blockbuster acquisition of Keon Ellis and Dennis Schroeder for DeAndre Hunter. And Dan Le Batard said no big deals would go down. Come on, man. Speaking of big deals, the question on everyone's mind is where will Giannis end up? Golden State, Atlanta, New York, Miami. My dark horse pick, Harvard Medical School. See him diagnose his own calf injury? 4 to 6 weeks, a soleus strain. Then I'll be back around late March. That was amazing. Guy's a doctor. Congrats to Miami's Norm Powell for being named a first-time All-Star. It has to be extra sweet that it'll happen in the building of the team that traded him away. He was on vacation when he got traded. He didn't even know it was coming. LeBron, pretending that this might be his last year without actually committing to it, thus getting him named to the All-Star game because this might be his last one. Heady play. Jarrell Miller got hit so hard his hair flew off. Does that come with a warranty? Like, does he go back and say, guys, it wasn't good, and like they cover it within 30 days, or is it once you walk out, it's yours?
I love it on the seat.
It's just so good. I'm telling you that there's no funnier way. It flying off and spinning like a frisbee onto someone else's head is the only way it would have been funnier than the way that it happened.
I can understand the shame of being a bald boxer. Oh my gosh. Think of what everyone would say. They found out he was bald as a boxer. I've never seen one of those. Basketball Illuminati. We interviewed Tipper Not Sports. This is the man who makes the lip reading videos. I don't know if you guys have seen these. Me, Tom Habershow. It's produced by Anthony Mays. Wherever you get podcasts, keep the third eye open. It's a fun episode. Check it out. Misconnection. You were the Uber driver with the pretty smile who picked us up from the casino. I was the drunk asshole in the back, loudly demanding you take us to the casino. Don't look now. Here come the Clippers.
Yeah.
Paul George doesn't deserve a suspension. He deserves a refund. Really? PEDs? You missed 17 games. You're shooting 42% from the field. This is with the PEDs. Jesus. Jeremy hypothesizing that maybe Paul George took a Xanax. Tell me you've never popped a Xan without telling me you've never popped a Xan. Dude, Xanax? He'd be sleepwalking out there.
He has been.
I didn't say he'd take it for the game.
I once took a quarter tab of Xanax from Michelle Beadle on a flight because she doesn't like to fly. I said, let me try it. I was in a coma. They had to shake me awake when we landed and say, look, the plane's almost empty. Imagine taking that and play basketball. Oh, my God. Why do we say get pinched when it comes to getting caught doing PEDs? Get pinched. Why don't we just say he was caught, he was found guilty? We say pinched. Only for PEDs, though. Nothing else.
Can you guys take a pinch, Dan?
Can you look that up for us? Well, getting pinched is also something that happens if you're jailed, if you're imprisoned or arrested, but I don't know where the expression comes from.
I use it if I'm not entirely sure what the punishment was, if there was an appeal process. I just know that someone got their name dragged into stuff. So you got pinched, right? Covers
Death,
me.
taxes, and the Le Batard Show narrating word for word a clip and then playing the clip. Did it earlier today with Reggie Miller, his comments on the Dan Patrick Show. You guys literally said word for word what he'd say, and then let's listen to the clip, and then you just played the clip.
Yeah.
Pick one.
Yep, agreed.
Is it just me, or does the Wade statue go "Meh" in your heads too? Hot take. The Australian guy who threw that chair, good teammate. Everyone's laughing at him because he hit his buddy, but guess what? Came to the rescue. And by the way, this angle doesn't show us the look on his face. Yeah, there you go, the face ball.
Yeah,
he knew he made a mistake. My bad.
Yeah, he looks like Rick Barnes.
That was on me. That was off me, coach. But it's like he was trying to do the right thing, trying to stick up for his buddy.
I mean, did you also see that they're wearing the exact same outfit?
That's what you do sometimes.
Both guys are wearing
especially in
blue
Australia.
shirts with khaki pants.
In Australia, that's how they do, man. We go to the strip club. What you want to do? Blue shirts and khaki pants. All right, let's go. And you stroll right in. And then all the strippers like, oh, my God, they must mean money because they're dressed alike. Because who else would do that? Classy Australian guys, that's who. There it is. Look at this. Tell me that's not a good teammate. Like, they try to stop it. No, my mate needs me. No.
We have cameras everywhere, and
The
I'm
way that
so,
guy falls
I'm
is
so
funny every
thankful.
time.
Well, but here, just play the two different camera angles because I'm telling you, this is better than the Running Man that had a $110 million budget. This here is better than CGI in terms of having enough cameras from every angle.
Guy sidestepping it.
In order, it's just so good as video from every angle. That guy walking down the street, looking back over his shoulder while drinking a cup of something. God, look.
He looks back the way that dude looked back at Dominic Foxworth at the the picture I'm talking about where Dominic just got burned and he's on the ground and the guy's looking back at him.
Yes.
Yeah. Perfect. Cinephobe episode 298, Trippin', starring Dion Richmond, Donald Faison, Guy Torrey, Anthony Anderson, and Countess Vaughn. Fun fact, despite playing high schoolers, most of the cast was in their mid-20s, and Guy Torrey was almost 30 when they shot this. Zaz.
Yo.
Was that the K-Rod Lincoln Kennedy interaction? Is that true?
Yeah.
Did you go to the FHM party that night?
I did.
How was it?
I don't know, man. It was 20 years ago.
Dude, come on, man. It's the FHM party. You remember these things. Maxim, FHM,
Yeah.
King Magazine.
Playboy.
You all had parties, man.
Yeah. It's cool.
You ever been to a Playboy party?
Yeah. Went that week.
How was it?
That was good. Saw Mike Tyson.
Darren Peterson versus AJ DeBanza. Preview for the next decade. Congrats to Carlos Alcaraz, youngest to complete career Grand Slam. Shout out to the guy who tweeted, I never pass on a chance to make $200 in my sleep, along with a screenshot of his $2,600 bet on Jannik Sinner to beat Djokovic.
Ouch.
He followed that up with, only way Sinner loses, I think he meant loses, is via injury, and it'll void if that happens, so there's no way I can lose. Famous last words. He went straight to betting hell with that one. Speaking of hell, Art Briles. And those are the weekend observations.
I noticed something from that Australia video I had not noticed before in the breaking down of the assortment of things that we did in that clip. Can you guys take a look at the second bouncer after his mate lands on the floor? I had not noticed how happy the second bouncer was while laughing at the guy who was holding his hands, his head in his hands. Look at the second bouncer just taunting him, holding his hand over his mouth and pointing at the
"You
guy.
idiot.
You moron, you've knocked out your mate.
I just noticed the first time that he goes before throwing the chair to pick up like the stanchion thing that's holding the rope.
Too heavy.
He's like, I'm going to hit you. Oh, too heavy. I'll go get a chair.
Amin, I saw last night, I was watching Oklahoma City knock out Denver. Denver at home. Oklahoma City seems still to be overwhelmingly better than everybody else. But do you think there's a shot of Giannis ending up there? Nobody's talking about that as one of the possibilities.
No, I think Sam Presti is someone who's very averse to midseason deals. He's a guy that only does that when he has a guy who is coming up on free agency and he doesn't want to lose him. So that's typically what they do. But in terms of just rearranging the deck chairs, not really an MO of Oklahoma City. And they're excellent.
That's not rearranging deck chairs to add Giannis to a team that's the defending champion. That's not that's not a rearrangement of deck chairs. That is, you have the young pieces that you need, and you have the draft picks to make the best offer, and this player's available. And if you want to hit the league in the face with, yeah, we're better than you, watch this. Like, Giannis isn't going to make them worse, is he?
No, he's not going to make them worse, but he might slow down whatever progress they have for this season, right? There's a big chance that they're going to win as is. You bring in Giannis, that's a lot of change. That's not someone who just plug and play. You have to change a lot of things in order to make it work, and so you might be jeopardizing a title this year for the hope that you can win a couple in the future. The other part of this is there's a lot of financial things happening with Oklahoma City that I don't know how it's all going to play out, because right now it's easy. Everyone's on their rookie deals for the most part other than Shea and a couple other guys. But you've got Isaiah Hartenstein is going to be coming up on his deal, not this summer, but the following summer. And then obviously Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren both hit max money next year. Oklahoma City's financial situation is going to be really upside down very quickly here. So they've got to kind of figure out, if they do make a Giannis deal, how do they make it so that their salary does not explode and go to a crazy place?
I mean, Star Wars Episode 5. What was the title of that one? Star Wars Episode 5.
The Empire Strikes Back.
The Empire Strikes Back. Adam Silver struck back, and I feel like he sent the atomic clock, and he set it to midnight for the Clippers because Kawhi Leonard's been playing incredible basketball, and suspiciously not an all-star at the Intuit Dome at home in Los Angeles. Maybe feels like the aspiration situation. Adam Silver made a call and said, hey, look, not happening. Not this one. But that's all he'll get. All he'll get is Kawhi missing the All-Star game. There's going to be no penalty further after that.
Yeah, the fact that the Clippers don't get an All-Star, despite playing objectively great basketball here over the last 10 games or 10, 15 games or so. I mean, everyone thought their season was over. That pick's going to go to Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City's going to get like a top 3 pick. And quietly as kept over the last 15 games, they're tied for the best record in the entire NBA with the Detroit Pistons. They've been winning, and Kawhi's been playing, and he's been amazing. I saw them last night here in Phoenix, and Phoenix has been playing well and winning as well. But they came in, and Kawhi Leonard put his stamp all over that game. He's incredible. He looks every bit as good as he was in San Antonio and Toronto. And for him to be left off, and again, I hate to keep harping on it, but because we think this might be LeBron's last one, that really didn't sit well with me, particularly because over in the East, Pascal Siakam got in, and his teams, they've won 13 games. The Clippers have won almost that many games in the last 20 games. They won 13 all season long, but Pascal Siakam gets named to an All-Star game. But I'll tell you guys this, and this is really the big problem. It's not that LeBron is maybe or maybe not retiring. It's not that, the Clippers are getting punished. It's that this format where we have USA versus the world, we have now earmarked 8 spots for international players and 16 spots for American players. So now we're trying to fill these quotas. And that is what's kind of creating some of these issues. It's like, hey, we can't have this guy here. Then we'll have too many American players. We need an international player. They're trying to do the math behind the scenes. And the reality is this. If you're complaining about it, guess whose fault it is? It's you, the players. It's your fault. We have to come up with gimmicks because you didn't take it seriously. And so now this is what happens.
In a normal world, Kawhi would be in over Deni Advia.
I want to give.
He's been great, though. He's been great this season.
He's been great continuously, like the entire season. I think he deserves to be an all-star. To me, the guy is LeBron. And not that LeBron hasn't played well. He's played well, but he hasn't played better than Kawhi. And he missed, by his own admission, 14 games. I don't think he was actually lying in that clip. I missed 14 games. Why would I be an all-star, right? And I'm trying to get, you got those rusty games trying to get back into the swing of things. He's played well recently, but again, as an all-star, look at the body of work through the first half of the season, I think we would all agree that LeBron doesn't have that body of work. But if it's his last one, we're like, well, we don't want to disrespect him. We want him to be there. But if it's not his last one, we just took a spot from someone probably more deserving.
Zaslow, quit looking at boobs on the internet. Amin just said of what you said about LeBron that he wasn't lying. He disagrees with you. You said flatly that he's lying, and Amin just said you're wrong.
I mean, I think he's apt. You're telling me there was not a moment where LeBron sat there and goes, man, I wonder if I'm not going to get voted this year. No, not a moment. Not a moment that he thought that. I mean, seriously?
I would say that for the vast majority of the season, he probably assumed I'm not going to be an all-star.
So he thought about it.
Okay,
No.
but he thought about it but didn't think about making the game. You're playing semantics there. Like, you're calling him a liar. You're calling somebody a liar for something that is fairly benign, and you're saying it again and again.
Well, I'm saying it because it's like everything that he says comes off like that he's not being truthful, that he's not being honest. It's not an isolated thing.
Let's play. Go ahead, Amin.
No, I think you're doing a thing here, man. I think you're doing the talk radio thing where no matter what he says, he's wrong.
Let's play for Amin a sound of Jason Kidd that I will not paraphrase exactly what it is that he's talking about here, as I always do.
Attaboy.
Coach, you get a lot of national criticism for playing flag at point guard. But over the last two games,
I don't give the criticism. That's your opinion. You guys write that. That's not that. I've done this. I've played this game. I played it at a very high level, and I know what the fuck I'm doing. But I don't give a fuck what you guys write, because you guys have never played the game. And so I've built players. So I know what the fuck I'm doing. So to take criticism, it only makes me better. Because if I wasn't doing it right, you guys wouldn't be poking holes at what I've done. That's it.
Woo!
He walked off there. Like, that's it. No more questions.
If I wasn't doing right, meaning if I was doing wrong, you wouldn't be poking holes in what I'm doing?
I stopped there as well, but I think what he's saying is if he wasn't doing his job correctly, he wouldn't have a job where he's making the decisions that get to be criticized.
For the record, I agree with him about how he's used Cooper Flag. I agree with that as a development thing. I agree. He's not lying when he says I built players. He's talking about Giannis. Giannis as a young player, he put him at point. And people were like, he's not a point guard, but it's like, that those skills will later on help him in his career and make him into a better player. I agree with Jason Kidd on all that. Part I don't agree with is, first of all, it sounded like he was saying that the guy was doing the criticism. It's like, hey, I'm asking you about the other places. Why you talking about me? Hey, you guys right. And then the other part is just like I played this game, you haven't.
So
like,
tired.
all right, man.
So tired.
It is a lazy thing to fall back on. Right, because there are plenty of guys who play the game, don't know what the hell they're talking about. And there are plenty of guys who didn't play the game who are really, really astute at what they do. So
we have a couple of more questions. Jeremy has one, and I wanted to revisit something we asked last week. Who's better, Dwayne Wade or Giannis Antetokounmpo?
Oh, that's a good question. I would say Giannis has the higher peak for sure. He won MVP, and that's something Dwayne Wade can never say he did. Giannis has put together, I think, a longer resume because he hasn't been hurt as often as Wade was. And I think when you look at that championship in Milwaukee, we all recognize. That's Giannis. And that's not just Giannis in those finals. Remember, he's coming off a knee injury that we thought he might miss the finals, and by the end of it, he's scoring 42 in a closeout game. Wade had the luxury of playing with Shaq, and even though he was great in the finals, he didn't have to carry that team through the season or even the playoffs.
So you're saying that Giannis would be the second best player the Heat have ever had because Shaq by the end wasn't quite what Shaq was in his prime.
I mean, Shaq, when he got to Miami, was still pretty good.
Runner-up MVP.
It wasn't a long window, but it was 04, 05, 05, 06. Those 2 years, he was really good. And
Better than Giannis? Are you saying that Giannis is not the second best player the Heat will have ever had behind LeBron James? That Shaq was the second best?
He has an opportunity because Shaq was only great for 2 years. Giannis has an opportunity to become the second best. But in terms of a rival, he walks in the door today. No. At this point, arriving as a Miami Heat player, LeBron James was the best player the Heat ever had. Shaquille O'Neal was second best, and then I'll put Giannis third.
15 seconds or less, Jeremy. Get us out of here.
You run the Bucks. Which offer you taking, Warriors or Heat?
I think I do again. The counter offers have been
time's up.
But okay.
Happy New Year, everybody. 2026 is already getting off to an incredible start because you want to know how I rang in the new year? It was with a bunch of friends in a Dallas hotel lobby bar ordering a bunch of Miller Lights because that's how you do it. That's how you make special memories. Miller Lite has been by my side at many special football memories this year, and hopefully we get to write a few more memories with Miller Lite. Some of my most legendary moments have started that exact same way. A buddy's house, a lobby bar, a game, no big plan. And then you crack open a Miller Lite, you take a sip, and you look around, and you immediately recognize that you made the right call. You're locked into the game, the conversation, the moment, not thinking about what you're drinking. Miller Lite just fits. Clean finish, refreshing, brewed for taste with simple ingredients like malted barley, and at 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces, it never weighs you down. Legendary moments start with Miller Lite. Great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
I am truly stunned that I said 15 seconds or less, and Jeremy was wildly efficient, and this is what a mean professional broadcaster gave us.
I think I do again. The counter offers have been.
Time's up. Again, I love when someone uses the again after not saying anything at all.
I think I do again. The counter offers have been.
Time's up. Oh. Juju is with us now. We're going to update some polls. We're going to do some critique. What do you have for us to start in the way of critique today, Juju?
First of all, I'm not sure if I can say this or I'm allowed, but here goes nothing. Happy Black History Month, everybody.
You're not allowed to say it. You're not allowed to say it.
I knew it. Well, yeah, happy Black History Month, man. Great weekend of sports, man. Teofimo went down. Shakur Stevenson handed him a big punch in the face. He's been doing a lot of stuff, a lot of antics lately that could be seen as very racist, so it was good to see him humbled. And he apologized for racism after the show, so good fights, Shakur Stevenson. But, yeah, great weekend of sports.
Let's get to some of the things on the docket here today. I think that we have said some questionable things over the last 10 days or so. Let's revisit some of them, shall we?
Yeah, I ain't even finna take it out to 10 days. I'm gonna take it out to one day, Friday. Jeremy, can we put the camera on Jeremy Taché, please, sirs, and ma'ams and days? You said if Mike Vrabel did it, you would watch. Do you want to clarify that? Do you want to repeat that? Or do you want to stand on that?
I'll stand on that.
Whoa! Wow.
All right.
Shocking.
I mean, Vrabel said he would cut off his penis to win a Super Bowl, and Jeremy said he would watch that.
I don't believe that any of you wouldn't.
No, I would not watch that.
I was
That's
at a
not
party
true.
over the weekend, and multiple people came up to me and was like, Jeremy was out of pocket for that. And I was like, hey, look, he stands on that.
Multiple people came
Multiple
up to
people
you.
have on Zoom and in person.
Why would anybody want to watch? Who wants to watch
That's
that?
what I'm saying.
Why would you want? I get squeamish watching like needles and shivs in movies. Why would I want to watch that?
You wouldn't be able to look away.
So now it's time to put the camera on Judge Zaz. I'm so sorry, Zaz, to do this to you, brother. It seems like you agree, though, that reporters in the suspension situation because they don't know shit, and they shouldn't just be allowed to say they don't know shit. You feel me? You're not one of them. But do you want to repeat this, or do you want to stand on this, or do you want to retract this? Kai Cenat is a low-end celebrity.
Wild.
Yeah, I think he's a low-end celebrity.
No, that's crazier than me saying I want to watch Mike Vrabel cut off his dick.
Get indignant.
Like you're telling me.
Know that guy and he's young. You've seen it in a tweet before. Just double down and be like, I can't believe that idiot.
If you ask someone who's above the age of 25 who Kai Cenat is, you feel like the majority of them are going to know who he is? No, they're not. That's a low-end celebrity.
He may be on SoundCloud or YouTube or an app. Don't volunteer that. Just
I'm sorry.
act dismayed.
I'm not sorry, actually. I don't know why anyone would say they're sorry. I'm Rob
Might be
Ryan.
Twitch.
Whatever.
Just say Twitch.
Just because young people know who
Don't
Kai
say
Cenat is
mine.
doesn't make him a high-end celebrity. No disrespect.
He's great on MySpace.
Shit.
And lastly, put the camera on me. I'm tired. It seemed like we standing on everything.
No, that's
I
not
was
right.
just-
Juju, you're so right about that. Like, they cannot double down on those opinions. They're terrible opinions.
Right, especially Zaz's during Black History Month.
I'm gonna ask.
Not
you.
here, nor there. But lastly, to us, I know David Sampson. We love you, brother. We support you, and we always got you in our hearts. But he gave a hero's support to Chevy Chase the other day. And I just want to put out there, to us African Americans, Chevy Chase is the guy who vigorously uses the N-word at will because he says that Richard Pryor said he could do so.
Yeah, that's we didn't mention that when talking about Chevy Chase, that he used it casually with Richard Pryor's permission because they did a skit on Saturday Night Live about crackers and offensive
What's the problem?
stereotypes.
Not this much. What is it? Zagaki.
Easy.
Also, I watched over the weekend. I saw Mina Kimes and her co-host David Dennis, I believe. They were interviewing Ron Funches. Also, I'm familiar with Ron Funches from his South Beach Session interview. Go check it out right now if you haven't. But my boy Ron Funches was on Traders. So I was like, bro, I'm finna give this show a chance, man. Damn it. I done seen the promo over and over. I seen bro in the kilts and the boots. I'm finna lock in. Let me tell you. This show should be a required watch in every elementary school across America.
Why?
Brothers and sisters, I'm here to tell you, might be the best show on TV. These folks be so convinced that they know exactly who the trader is, and they will bet their lives and their first children on it. And this person over here is a liar because I saw him talking to old girl last night. They be just as wrong as hell. I'm talking about wrong accusation after wrong accusation coming from blonde hair, blue eyes, coming from every type. And you would think, oh, man, he said that. I believe him. No, they all lying. They're traitors. Watch the show ASAP. Ooh, Peacock. I'm so happy we are in bed with you guys.
Juju, what did you make of Tony saying that there are no good movies anymore?
He's not far off, bruh. Folks be overreacting on all these movies, like David Sampson and them was saying. One battle after another. I saw it. I watched it. It was cool. I stayed awake the entire time. It wasn't this thing. It wasn't Chocolat. It wasn't let Adnam and David Sampson tell it. You would have thought Titanic 2 came out. You feel me? And so I don't agree with the most of it, but I do think that my brother Tony is on to something. He a dog with a bone on this.
Thank you.
So it made me come up with a top 5 ass movies of 2025.
All right.
Again, not wrong, just early.
Just early. Number 5, The War of the Worlds, the Ice Cube movie.
Oh, man. I think I got 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Ass on ass. I'm talking about I tried to watch that movie 3 times, sirs, and I could not do it,
That was
man.
booty juice.
Booty juice. Number 4, Novocaine. I usually like bruh, too. He in The Boys. He a good actor. But, boy, do not go see Novocaine. You will regret it.
Yo, Ice Cube's War of the Worlds got 4% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Number 3, my brother Amin. Now, we got to always remember that Amin has been desensitized by the Cinephobe show he does, where he volunteers himself to watch some ass movies. Number 3 is The Running Man. You are right, Dan.
Thank you.
I watched
Thank you. Thank you, Juju.
I watched it over the weekend, too, bro. I was like, oh, free Running Man. Yes, sir. I was the front and center. Man, that thing was so lame. Didn't pay no homage to Arnold, except they had him in there on a card. Maybe he's a president. I don't know. It was ass, though. No plot, no twists, just straight ass. What'd you say, Tony? What the other one was?
That's that booty juice.
Booty juice. Number 2, the movie Begonia.
What?
I heard that's good.
That movie's good, Juju.
Juju agrees with me. No good movies anymore.
It's weird. I like it because Emma Stone and Fat Damon, but and Savi, but it's weird. That movie's weird.
Bruh, I knew the answer to the movie the first 5 minutes of the movie, and that's where I give it a party foul. Like, at least give me a twist that I don't see coming. Pause. I'm sorry. Number 1, him. Marlon Wayans, you need to be ashamed of yourself for that movie, bro. Salute to all the people involved. Get your money.
That's a
But
quarterback,
not it.
right? It's a quarterback movie?
Yeah, a quarterback horror film. Yeah, Jesus.
It sounded like Stavi. No one said Savi, right? No one caught that. I didn't make him a Savier. They're crazy. I'm not crazy. We move on.
Juju, you got some polls for today? What do we got?
Yes, sir. I got some polls from the last couple of days, the last 2 days. A great one right here. Better basketball player, D. Wade or Giannis?
Easy answer.
54% of the audience says D. Wade, man. 305, stand up. Is Bill Belichick rooting for the Patriots to win the Super Bowl?
Oh, wow, that's an old one.
92% of the audience say, hell nah.
Yeah.
Is Tom Brady rooting for the Patriots to win the Super Bowl? 54% of the audience say, hell nah. What's more impressive, squatting 405 at age 65 or squatting 65 at age 405? 63% of the audience says squatting 65 at 405.
Dan said John Harbaugh was 405.
Is saying, shuck you, Dan, the best way to kick off Super Bowl week. Hey, that brother was awesome. He made a fan out of me Friday.
Right?
80% of the audience says, yes, it is. Have you ever been so drunk that you threw a chair and accidentally hit your homeboy? And I put homeboy because mate don't read the same on Twitter. Mate seems
You have
domestic.
to put Australian accent in parentheses.
Right. 79% of the audience says, no, they have not. Have you ever suspected a boxer of wearing a toupee in the ring? 90% of the audience says, no, they have not. Can the word battling ever be one syllable? 78% of the audience says, no, it cannot. And last poll, in Miami, is that smell from the heater just dust from the coils because it's been so long since you've last used it? 95% of the audience says, yes, it is, and those are your polls.
All right, put it on the poll. Is everything about funding This Is America, Jack? Because you forgot that one. We'll get to that tomorrow. Thank you, Juju.
Yes, sir.
Shuck you, Dan.